A 10 to 17% fee passed on from the state to local businesses could be passed on to you. With the potential for a lot of snow this winter, local residents are prepared to drive in it. Despite an increased number of jobs across the county, local businesses such as Maurice's are still struggling to bring people in. Modernize Our Morgan is shelling out $15,000 of its own money to look into a renovation of the existing Morgan Middle School building. Before the last leaf of fall fell to the ground, Old Man Winter made his presence known in the Kittitas Valley. Snow began to fall around 12 noon Wednesday as many residents sat down for lunch. An explanation as to why the snow is early this year could point to the Pacific Ocean. According to the National Weather Service, a La Nina weather pattern has formed. This happens when the water temperatures in the tropical Pacific are colder than normal. This means colder and wetter weather patterns coming into the Pacific Northwest. The result? Snow, snow, snow. Not just in the mountains, but here in town as well. Local resident Jenna Schmidt welcomes the snow.
I'm excited. I can't wait to get up in the mountains and snowboard or go sledding with friends, even snowmobiling with my family.
With the potential for a lot of snow this winter, local residents are prepared to drive in it.
I have an all-wheel drive car, so I'm pretty comfortable driving. It has traction tires and it handles well in the snow, so driving shouldn't be a problem.
Jenna had advice for anybody planning to drive during this La Nina winter.
Take your time, if you have chains, put them on, and just drive at a level you're comfortable with.
I'm Nick Griswold reporting for Newswatch. Your local bar may have higher prices for drinks under the recently passed Initiative 1183. March 1st marks the date that bars and restaurants can buy their booze from private distributors or continue with the state until June. Palace Cafe owner PJ Bugney explains why the prices could change.
And as of now, they're saying that it may end up costing more because the distributors that are going to be distributing it have had to build huge distribution centers that they didn't think they were going to have in their business.
A 10 to 17% fee passed on from the state to local businesses could be passed on to you.
If it's a small enough raise in price, then probably nothing. But if it depends on what the percentage of the cost increase is, or if it stays the same. But originally we were told it was going to make our pricing better and lower the prices, but that's not the case that we're hearing now.
I'm Nick Griswold reporting. Welcome back to Newswatch. Next time you head out for your vacation, there may be fewer airline options than before. Delta Airlines and U.S. Airways are interested in placing a bid for recently bankrupt American Airlines. Delta announced interest in the bid for U.S. Airways as well. All this could mean fewer seats on fewer routes as airlines struggle to remain profitable. Delta bought Northwest Airlines in 2008 and United merged with Continental in 2010. Alaska Airlines, who operates a third of flights out of Seattle, told the Seattle Times that they will remain independent.
Welcome back to Newswatch. You know, Tara, I really have to say I have been enjoying this little hint of spring we've been getting lately.
Me too, Kevin. It's nice to get out and soak up some sun. Hopefully you'll stick around.
Let's check in live now with Nick Griswold in the Weather Center to see what the next 5 days have in store. Nick?
Tara and Kevin, I can't agree with you more on how nice the sunshine is outside. Right now we have filtered sunshine out there with a high of 54 degrees right now. Winds are out of the southeast at 6 miles per hour. The average high for this time of year is 50 degrees and the record is 70 degrees set back in 1905. The reason why we're getting this sun right now is we have a high pressure system that's sitting over the region. This keeps any storms coming off the Pacific out of the way so we can enjoy that sunshine with just a few high clouds. Taking a look at tonight's forecasts, you can see 33 degrees with a few passing clouds just like it is outside right now. The sun will be setting right around 5:59. close to 6 o'clock there. The average low for this time of year is 28 degrees, and the record is a chilly 9 degrees set only 10 years ago in the year 2002. Now, taking a look around the state for your Friday, you can see for us here in Ellensburg, we're going to be expecting a high of 55 degrees. That high pressure is going to hold on tomorrow, giving us the sunny skies with a few passing clouds. For our friends down in Yakima, 56 degrees. Further out east, you have 55 in Moses Lake, 49 for Spokane. Again, they're seeing the sun too over there in Spokane. If your travel takes you west of the Cascades, you can see for Seattle, we have 55 degrees, 57 at the state capitol in Olympia. Out on the coast, there might be a few more clouds out there. Sometimes it's hard to break up those clouds with that marine influence off the ocean. 55 degrees. Up north towards the Canadian border, 56 for Bellingham, but sun should be around. Now, taking a look at your 5-day forecast here on Newswatch. For Friday, this is when we see that high pressure later in the day start to break down and a few clouds come in, but I'm still calling for 56 degrees. It could get breezy. For Saturday, 54 degrees with a low of 35. Some clouds, a couple peaks of sunshine, and don't forget that Saturday night does mark daylight savings time when you're going to be springing ahead. So that means an extra hour of daylight on Sunday and going forward, but we'll lose an hour of sleep, which is unfortunate. But for Sunday, 50 degrees with a low of 30. Monday is when things could get interesting as we have a marine push coming in, which could be bringing us some moisture. We're not exactly sure on the timing of this as far as snow mixed with rain. It could be interesting, but we should warm up in the afternoon with 45. So in the morning, it could be snow mixed with rain with a low of 28. For Tuesday, 50 degrees with just showers out there with a low of 32. That's the latest for now. I'm Nick Griswold in the Weather Center. Back to you at the desk.
Hello, and welcome to the February 2012 edition of Newswatch. I'm Tara Kletke.
And I'm Nick Griswold. Coming up tonight on Newswatch, we saw lots of snow and now it's melting fast. Find out if we're at risk of flooding.
Also, we'll talk about what happened last night at the Morgan Middle School meeting.
And find out if the Pennsylvania groundhog saw his shadow.
All this and more coming up on Newswatch.
The Ellensburg School District held another community meeting Wednesday night to discuss Morgan Middle School's future. Among those that attended were the school board, teachers, parents, and community members. Newswatch reporter Cambry Benatua has the story. A couple of Alabama conservation enforcement officers believe they have invented the best way for passionate hunters to remember their loved ones.
Their company, named Holy Smoke, loads cremated human ashes into shotgun shells. Some individuals believe this is a perfect life celebration for someone who spent their life outdoors. A single pound of ashes will cost you $850.
Wow, Victoria, that is quite the price to pay for a bullet.
I know. I don't know if I would want my ashes to be put in a bullet because I'd be scared they'd get mixed up with the other ones and be taken out to go hunting.
Yeah, but I guess when you have a passionate love of hunting, I'd want a bullet.
Yeah. Works for some people.
Well, that does it for this week's edition of Newswatch.
If you have any news tips or story ideas, email them to newswatch@cwu.edu.
You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook by searching CWU Newswatch. Make sure you tune in next week.
Good night, Kittitas County.